Hey traders, John Howell here. Today I'm going to share with you one market right now, guys, that I think is an incredible trading opportunity coming up because it's been doing nothing, absolutely nothing for the last 4 months. And I believe after this, what's called the calm before the storm, I believe there's going to be a storm going to be hit. And I believe there's going to be such an amazing trading opportunity that's just around the corner. I want to share with you what that market is and what that is all about. Before I get started, guys, make sure you grab access to my trading course. You can see on the screen there right now, guys. It goes through 4 different phases. I teach you my trading system. I teach you the biggest mistakes you're making right now, the 30 biggest mistakes. I teach you about the overbought, oversold indicators, a whole bunch of really good stuff. Trading techniques has been working since the 1950s and so much more. Go get it out, guys. Go check it out. It's actually free for you. That's that first link in the description there. And so the market I'm talking about right now, guys, is Bitcoin. Look at Bitcoin on the screen right now. You see Bitcoin, right? Check this out. Now, I want to explain the reasons why. I want to teach you the techniques that I use, which I believe is the most powerful trading techniques on the planet when it comes to understanding the overall picture, right? It's not about understanding the short-term movements. Like, no one can, if you try to trade Bitcoin this last 4 months, you are getting destroyed. And therefore, when we're in these what's called these sideways phases, I stay out because that's when you're probably going to get chewed up, right? And understanding what type of phase you're in right now tells you whether you should be in something or whether you should be out of something, right? Because if you're in what's called one of these sideways phases, right? Because the market goes through a directional phase and then it goes through a sideways phase, right? Or it goes through pullback phases. And the thing is this, is that a lot of the times is that if we are going through what's called a sideways phase, trying to trade that, like Bitcoin, if you're trying to trade Bitcoin, you would have been absolutely chewed up. And for me, whenever I see we're going into these types of phases, which is just a long, extended period of sideways phase, then guess what? I stay away from it. Why? Because there is no direction. There's no probability of having a direction here. So the reason why I say that is because they generally go through different phases, right? The market goes through different phases. If you actually look at Bitcoin over time, what has Bitcoin actually done, right? It's actually quite an actual simple process, isn't it? When you think about it, check this out here. Now, yes, you can see, look at that ascending triangle pattern, right? And I believe, but we need to wait for the breakout first, guys, okay? On that triangle pattern, wait for the breakout. No, let me get in early. No, right? Do not jump in early. Wait for confirmation, right, guys? We want to wait for confirmation. And that's where, when you see my actual trading system, you see that second link in the description there, guys. When you go check out my actual Inner Circle program, one, you'll be able to see my actual trading results for this year. And secondly, you'll be able to see the actual trading system I use. And you see that I always wait for confirmation. I always wait for the market to tell me, right, now we're getting ready to have a move. Too many people just try to jump in early. Like, some people would try to jump in Bitcoin back here in May. Right? And now look what's been happening. Now they're underwater. Now they're not sure. They're stressed out. It's the wrong time to be getting into it. And so this is what the market does a lot, right? And you start to notice we go through different phases. We go through directional phases, which is like energy using phases. And then we go through energy building phases. And that's what I do, right? So we go through energy using, energy building. And after energy building for a while, what's going to happen? We're going to go through an energy using phase. And what is that? Let me share this with you here. This is the reason why it's so powerful, guys, on how to really understand these markets. And when you start to get this concept here of energy building, energy using, you know after a period of energy building, it's time to release that energy, right? So what does that actually mean? Let me actually teach you this here. So you can see here, right? Look at this here. So we went through a period of what? Strung up. We went through a period of upward movement. What is that? That's an energy using, right? We're using energy to push it up or using energy to push it down, right? In this case, we're pushing it up, right? And then after a period of time when we go through this energy using phase, there's got to come a time where we're going to run out of energy. So therefore, we need to do what? We need to spend a bit of time going sideways or a correction or a counter trend or a pullback, whatever you want to call it, right? And then guess what? And then what happens is after a period of building energy, we're now getting ready to release that energy. And then we go for what? And then we go for another energy releasing phase. And then after a period of energy releasing phase, after a period of time, we run out of energy. And then we go through a period of energy building phase. So the reason why I say the one market, or whatever I titled this video, thank you for clicking on it, guys, and thank you for liking and subscribing and checking all that sort of stuff, guys. I really hope this sort of stuff really helps you. Again, in my free trading course, guys, I talk to you. I think it's video number 3 and 4. I talk to you a lot about this is actually called price and time techniques. But I'm trying to use simple terminology that you understand about energy building, energy using, energy building, energy. And you can see this is actually a really good simple pattern here that that it goes through the different phases, right? So the purpose of me saying this is if you understand this concept here, okay? So energy using. If the market's been using a lot of energy for a while, like it did through here, over say 3, 4, 5 weeks, then what that tells you, it's a bad time to get into that market because we're about to go through what? An energy building phase, which could be sideways, which could be correction, so on and so forth, right? So all that sort of stuff there. Now check this out. This is where it gets really awesome. If you know we're in an energy building phase where it's just going sideways, it's not going anything, right? It's building what? Energy. It's refueling, isn't it? After a period of time, we're going to get what? A full tank of fuel. We're going to refresh. Then guess what's going to happen? We're about to then release all that energy, which is what? Another directional move. Now, as I said before, what you want to do is you don't want to jump in early. You want to let the market tell you, now we're getting ready to start the move. It's so important. So it's understanding what sort of phase we're in right now. If we've been in an energy building phase for quite some time, then I'm keeping an eye on this. Because guess what? We could be getting ready for a really nice move to come, right? Which is what? It's just now we're about to enter the phase of energy using instead of energy building, because we've built a lot of energy over the last 3.5, 4 months now. Guess what? Now we're about to release that energy because that's what it does. And now we're getting ready for something like that, something big. But again, guys, for me personally, you want to wait for the market to tell you For me personally, it's about waiting for the breakout first, right? So I want to see something like this, like a breakout like that to the upside. And that tells me I want to see the breakout first. A strong breakout first tells me now we are getting ready to enter the energy using phase, right? Because right now, guys, look at this here. We've spent all this time going sideways, building energy. And again, trying to trade this. That's the reason why once you understand these phases, guys, like the energy using phase, and it's called price and time, but I'm trying to keep it really simple for you guys. Once you understand these phases, if you know we've actually been going in an energy using phase for quite some time where we've been using energy, you know it's going to run out of energy soon, right? So that's the reason why as the market starts to get here, there'll be a very big warning sign to say, if I'm looking to go long, I should not be going long here. Say through, even for here, even through here. As this market's been going up for quite some time, you'll be like, we've been going up for quite some time. We've been using our energy. We could be getting ready to run out of fuel soon, right? And then guess what happens? And then it does run out of fuel, and then it goes sideways, and you got in at the wrong time. That's why, like for me personally, guys, I always try to wait for these periods first, because you've built a lot of energy up. And now if I'm going to get into a highly successful trade, then I know by utilizing this one technique across all markets, then you start to realize what's going on here and how to that. And again, for me, guys, I'm always waiting for that breakout first, because if you try to jump into Bitcoin right now, it may not go up, right? It may actually just go down, and the energy using phase might be something like that. Right? That's a possibility, right? So therefore, what you want to do is you want to put the odds on your side even more, is wait for that breakout first, right? Wait for that move to the upside first, because when that happens, then it's likely to start to see this thing start to have a really, really nice move. So there we go, guys. Understand, again, if you want to jump in really big moves, like if you want to jump on moves like this, so you can see this move here, right? What do they all have in common? Lots of sideways beforehand. Make sense? So for me personally, I like to wait for lots of sideways beforehand, because then we're now likely to what? Go through another move to the upside. So I hope this helps you out there today, traders. If you are looking for more one-on-one help, more like if you're looking for an intensive coaching, mentoring program, then I've got a couple of spots left open. That second link in the description there, guys. If you click on that, one, you'll be able to see a webinar replay walking you through all the details about how I trade the markets. Secondly, you'll be able to see my actual trading results for this year so far. And thirdly, you can apply for that as well. Speak to you soon, guys.